9, verbal report regarding the Allied Waste Professional Service Contract. Mr. Shaw.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Councilman. Apparently, there's been some discussion about the people we've been trying to get out of the city of Atwater due to Allied Waste has the exclusive rights to do all business in the city of Atwater on roll-offs, doing commercial recycling. I don't know. I brought the contract. I've talked to the attorneys. They have exclusive rights.
My name is Jeannie Knight, owner of Central Valley Disposal. Allied Waste is only authorized to collect items that are discarded. I'm going to guarantee you, when NCI and Westmark and Kmart put their metal in their dumpsters, it is not discarded. They fully expect to get paid very good money for those loads. So you're going to take their, they get at least $2,000 a load for their metal. So you're going to take it to the dump now? Okay. You guys have opened a can.
It may be that there are folks who disagree with the way the director has reviewed or is enforcing the agreement. It's a legal matter. If there are conflicting opinions about that, I would just publicly encourage those parties who take issue with it to bring that to director's attention, and he can, maybe by way of a letter from their counsel, so that we can try to resolve this at an attorney level, given that it's a contractual dispute. I don't want to get into a contractual dispute in front of the city council. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think it's fair to either side. So if there are concerns, I'll make my contact information available to anybody who wants to contact me, and I'll work with Mr. Shaw, and we'll arrange a powwow and see if we can hash it out.
Mayor Pro Tem Mooneyham.
Just to dovetail off of that, I would encourage staff to take a proactive stance on this and actually approach Allied out of the gate instead of waiting for members of the public to voice. The concerns have already been voiced. I would hope that we would have a open discussion with Allied to see what they are willing to do. There's some local Atwater-based businesses that have been here for for several decades. Carried on business in good faith, have been good neighbors to the city, and overnight, without their notice, told that they cannot conduct business of that nature. I think it's unfair. I think it's safe to say a majority of this council didn't even know that proviso was in that contract, given the state of our economy at the time. And I would hope that we would take a proactive stance to right what I view as a wrong.
Mrs. Bowling, do you have a comment on this item on the agenda?
I clearly remember sitting here, and I, as a just citizen here, I recall that they gave us like $400,000 to help our budget, and basically we just signed on the line, yep, 100%, and we gave them the rights.
Did you read the contract? Did you read what that said? I mean, did you really read it? Do you know what you've done? Have any of you hauled your garbage to the dump yourselves? You live in the city of Atwater. Do you all have gardeners that trim your trees and take your tree limbs to the dump? You can no longer do that. This says the exclusive right to haul everything. I'm sure your citizens don't know anything about it. I mean, am I wrong? Isn't that what it says?
Well, again, the appropriate place to resolve this, I think, is in a separate meeting with the folks from Allied, certainly, and those local businesses that have been affected by this. it's not agendized as an agenda item where we're gonna try to resolve it here in public, and I don't think it's wise to try to do so. Certainly, would devote whatever time is necessary and appropriate to meeting with those affected individuals, though, and I know staff shares that sentiment.
You know, I mean, you don't have a clue who all you've affected. You have no clue. My thing is, how are you going to tell everybody in the city of Atwater that they cannot haul their own garbage anymore? They can't go to the landfill. So nobody read it. Or else Keith wrote it, I'm not sure.
My suggestion to you is that we meet with the city manager, sits down with you, and you review the contract and the city attorney, and so we can work out some type of a negotiation and with the city attorney and get this straightened out.
And Allied Waste, you know, that's another problem I'm having. This contract is with the city of Allied Waste. Why do we have to keep waiting for Keith to come around? You know, he didn't write this contract, I don't think. You guys wrote it.
That's why I say I think we need to set up a meeting and find out exactly what procedures that we need to follow.
Okay, so in the meantime, I'm gonna be hauling garbage out of the city of Atwater, and I'll pay you your 10%, because you cannot enforce this. There's no way you can enforce this contract unless you sit at the dump and ask those people where their garbage came from. You know, I mean, there's no way you're gonna enforce unless you hire about 100 other people. So I'll be bringing my dumpsters back into the city until this gets solved. I will state it again, the best thing for you to do, and I know the city manager will have your telephone number, and we will call and set up a meeting. I think that's what we need to do. Do you know how many times I've called him and tried to set up a meeting? I've called all of you. Nobody wants to meet. Nobody will return my phone call. You know that, Joan. I had to call you.
I've never received a single phone call from you, ma'am.
Well, then you better get your hold to your secretary and ask her why you never got them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've never
Anyway,
received a phone call.
we will work on this matter, absolutely. Thank you for coming, we appreciate it.
Okay, but I will be putting my dumpsters back in the city until it's settled.
Thank you.